What it do, what it be? It's your boy Nabari, and we back again with another video. So this is just going to be a small recap video on our recent trip to Hawaii with my wife and our friends Luis and Emerald. The reason why we chose Hawaii out of all the places we could have went to was because me and my wife, we always wanted to go there. Never been there before. Our favorite shows are based out of Hawaii. We love Hawaii Five-0, Magnum PI, and NCIS Hawaii. We left from San Diego around a little bit after midnight. Plane ride wasn't that bad. As the plane was landing, I was just admiring how beautiful and clear the water looked. I wanted to jump in right then and there. There was a little small incident. Friends, they went to go get the rental car and they came back to pick me and my wife up from the airport. And I guess the certain place where they parked at, I guess it was a no pickup zone, but we didn't know. Like I said, we're new, we're tourists, and the security guard was there and he was being a complete dick, bro. Like, he wasn't even nice about it. He was just up to him like, hey, you guys gotta leave, you can't be here, like with an attitude. And then they were like, yo, like, we're just here to pick up our friends. And we were literally like not that far from him, and we had our luggages. He's like, no, you gotta go around, you gotta go over there. And then we were like, they're just right there. And it was just like a whole thing. And the man was talking about like calling the police and stuff like that. So they just drove off, and me and my wife, we had to walk even more, walk farther and stuff like that, and we got picked up. But it irritated us a little bit because we were like, damn, like not even 30 minutes in and we already got into some BS. But we didn't let that ruin the day, ruin the trip. We like, hey, we're in paradise. We went to the Airbnb to drop off all our luggage and stuff, and after that we went to the local Walmart to grab some essentials and snacks and stuff. And then later on that day, I had to hit up the 7-Eleven because I heard they sold Spam Musubis. I had at least 2 a day. Them things were fire. So the next day we went to Alani Ranch because my wife and our friends, they're Disney fanatics. So they wanted to go take a look at the gift shops and stuff. And then once we got to the lower level, right next to the lazy river and the koi pond, to take some more pictures. And I was just tripping on how huge the koi were. I mean, these things were huge. After that, we ended up going to Dole Plantation. We walked around to take more pictures and look at the plants. Then we ended up walking across this pond that had like little fish and tadpoles in it. It just looked like a perfect spot to take pictures. So I whipped out the camera and we started taking a couple of photos. As we were walking around more, we saw this big ass snail. I never seen a snail that big in my life, yo. It was as big as a hand, bro. We were like, what the hell? I was like, damn, is everything big in Hawaii? First the koi, and then now we got y'all have huge snails. I was scared. We went to go sit down and grab something to eat. Babe got some Dole Whip, which was fire. I ended up getting some flavored cashews, which was mixed with pineapple, cinnamon, or something like that. But anyway, it was hella bomb. And I also bought some banana chips. So anything that has to do with banana chips or plantain chips, I love it. Those are like my favorite snacks of all time. After we left Dole Plantation, we tried to go to Amaya Falls, but it was so packed and it was almost closing too. So we ended up going to the beach that's like right across from there to go look around and stuff. And we came across this valley. Beautiful, man. Started taking pictures, some selfies. I started filming it. I took some dope pictures. I was like, yo, this is definitely screensaver material. And just to see how the beach went into this little small river and it became like a valley, I was just admiring it. And the crazy thing was, the tide was low, and then as soon as we got like close to the edge and stuff, that's when the water started rising. We were like, oh snap, here we go. Then next thing you know, it started raining. It only rained for a little bit, but I swear Hawaii reminds me so much of Belize, because 1 minute it's hot, it's sunny, then all of a sudden the clouds come from nowhere and it start raining, and then it clears back up again. We got back in the car, drove around some more. We ended up driving up to the North Shore, and we drove past Kahuku High School. If you guys don't know, I love to film high school football. So my plan is to one day to fly back to Hawaii and film a high school football game, or to fill a college football game. That's definitely on the list of things that I want to accomplish soon in the future. So as we were driving home, we saw this little small area where the water just looked super clear, looked extra beautiful. It had mountains in the back. So we parked the car and we start walking to go take more pictures and stuff. What caught my attention too was there was this sign about like being fined or going to jail if you try to catch sharks. And I just saw all the different species that was on there, and I was like, yo, like there's hella sharks around here. Like, no duh. I just wanted to get closer to see if I would see one. My dumb ass thought it was a bright idea to go to the edge of the cliff and start filming myself, like look at the views, admiring the views. So as I was doing that, I almost tripped, and I was like, oh man, I was like one wrong step away from being shark food, man. So I hurried up and got back onto the shore. After that near-death experience, I went back to the car to grab my camera, and I took this photo right here. And This right here has to be like my favorite photo of all time. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but this is some shit like you would see in like a magazine or some shit. And I also have it as my screensaver on my computers. So when we got home, I had to go get me a Loco Moco, man. I saw this all over the travel vlogs on the food networks. Everyone was talking about how good it was, and I wanted to try it for myself. And let me tell you, the Loco Moco is as advertised. It is fire. And the funny thing is, that shit put me to sleep. Like, I knocked out right after I was finished with the food, yo. So the next day was wifey's birthday. We woke up early and we went to Moana Falls to take that hike. The hike wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, man. A lot of people made it seem like we were gonna be passing out, we might get lost. The mosquitoes were, yeah, them things were vicious, but other than that, it wasn't as bad. Best part was reaching the waterfall. I wanted to get closer, but there was a sign that said like, do not go beyond this point. And we just wanted to respect the culture, respect the island. After the hike, we ended up going to Leonard's to try the famous malasadas, and oh my goodness, we had a whole box, and let me tell you, those things didn't even last 5 minutes. So later on that day, we went to Sea Life Park. My wife, she got to feed the turtles and stuff. I was able to get up close and like film and take some pictures of them. But other than the turtle feeding, that pretty much was the only dope thing about the park, because pretty much all the other enclosures were under construction. So we couldn't even see the rest of the animals. We ended up just leaving and going to Sandy Beach to go post up, put our feet in the water. So as we were there, the most craziest, unexpected thing happened, man. A grown ass sea lion came out of the ocean and just posted up like literally next to us. I was just tripping out because I never saw one this close before. And in its natural habitat, like you can't even get this close to one at SeaWorld. And I kept my distance. I just got close enough to be able to take a picture and to film it a little bit. Speaking of that, a lifeguard came and he started closing off the section so the sea lion could like chill and bask in the sun in peace, because little did we know that sea lion was an endangered species. Later on that day, we went to go take babe out to eat. We drank a little, had that garlic shrimp and rice, went back to the Airbnb, sang babe happy birthday, and we surprised her with a cake. Next day, we just got dressed up and we were just gonna go walk around and see what we could get into. If you guys ever go to Hawaii, man, I recommend going to Kono's. Their shakes are fire. I had got me a banana cream pie shake, I wanted to say. So good. We ended up pulling up to the Honolulu Cookie Company. They had different combinations of cookies. My favorite was the white chocolate macadamia. I didn't realize till we got back home that you could actually order these cookies on Amazon. No lie. We went back to the Airbnb to change, put on our bathing suits so we could go swimming at the beach. Let me tell you, that water was freezing. I didn't expect it to be that cold, man.
Man, it's cold in this bitch. Oh shit, it's cold. It's cold. We're in beautiful Hawaii, man. Water feels so good right now too. Oh my god. Let's go under. Look at the beautiful view, man. The beautiful view. You go too far, it's more scary. I like that between the pool right here because it's to my shoulders. I love swimming in deep water, man. For you guys who don't know, I'm Belizean. This is paradise, man. It reminds me so much of Belize. Huh? Yeah. But the water's just not as clear. It's dark, and plus they got crocodiles out there, so you gotta be careful. Not just sharks, but crocodiles.
I miss swimming in the ocean, man. Like growing up, we used to always go to the beach and go swimming in that water, but nowadays, this water out here in San Diego, bruh, water is not that clean, and it's definitely not that clear as Hawaii, man. I swear, if you go into the water out here in San Diego, you might come out with a third arm or a couple of toes. And so at nighttime, we ended up walking around again to find something to eat. Me and my wife were obsessed with the garlic shrimp, so we went to go find another spot that made it. Then we ended up going to Magnolia to get some shaved ice.
Bruh, this shaved ice? Fire. Hella fire.
Next day, we ended up going to Honolulu Zoo. It was hot as hell that day. It was dope to see some of the animals, man. We saw some elephants, we saw giraffes, and we even saw them trying to feed a giant salamander. Didn't get to see it eat, but the head on that damn giant salamander, it scared me. After that, we went to Kono's, grabbed us something to eat, and then we just chilled the rest of the day. Next day, we just ended up chilling most of the time, man, until it was close to sunset. We dressed up and went to the beach to go see the sunset, and then also to just walk around and see the Honolulu parade. And I guess it was the first time they had the parade since the pandemic. On our final day in Hawaii, we ended up going to the Loalani Palace. We had to go take a picture next to the King Kamehameha statue. As we were there was a film crew like right next to it, like on the side, and I was just looking around like, oh shit, like what celebrity, what character am I gonna see? I was like, yo, are they filming another episode of Magnum PI or NCIS Hawaii? I was just looking around. But yeah, pretty much that was the only interesting thing we did that day, because later on we went to go see the sunset, and Baby and them did their final shopping. Had to go back home and pack to get ready to leave in the morning. So don't get me wrong, I love to fly, but on this day I hated it. It was raining in Hawaii and it was raining back home. So all we got on the ride back home was turbulence. I don't know about y'all, but I hate that feeling you get in your stomach when you feel the plane do this. I was scared and I was sitting right next to the window, so I was just like this. I was scared for my life, man. So my final thoughts, man, I loved Hawaii. We're definitely going back. I'm also hoping to go back out there and go film some football games, some college football games. And I also wanted to go see those certain areas where they filmed Jurassic Park too. I definitely want to go out there and see that. And I definitely want to go back for the Spam Masubi's. That's like the number one thing I want to go back for. That's the video, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one.